recently that feel like a home game. Listen to this reception. They have been tremendous. What a first year they've had.
Yeah, good afternoon, Warren, Corey and Lara on the sideline. Yeah, they've been outstanding, haven't they, the Dolphins, so far this year?
Normally in that role, being rested today by Andrew Webster as Jared Sutton blows time on the first of 3 games on Super Saturday. We kick things off here at Suncorp Stadium. It's Asako who makes the catch, and Mark Nichols it is who'll bring it out to take him down only a couple of metres out. Crash ball, Curran spinning his way in. Jared Sutton's right on top of things, says no try initially.
No try. Just looking to see if Josh Curran loses the ball into a defender short of the goal line, mate.
Well, they've come here with a directive to come down this left-hand side, really trying to expose Tamate Martin, able to put some fleet footwork on him. Got on his outside. It was a wonderful tackle. Then they double it up. They come back through Curran, who loses the ball.
Josh Curran loses possession into Cody Nikorima in the field of play.
Yeah, tell you what I've liked about the start from Tuaro Martin. Just his involvement. 3 touches in that set straight away. Trying to take command, take the pressure off his halfback in Sean Johnson.
Walker finds Volkman on the inside for Niokore. Able to brush past the tackle there of Graham. Set restart once again. The Dolphins infringing twice in this possession. Tamare Martin goes over the top. Here's Asako. He had Pompey on his hammer and he realised his pressure straight away. He ducked away to the right-hand side. Had he put the foot down, it would have been quite the match race. Now Nikorima finding Tabuai Fido. Thought he might just back himself there, Asako, and set sail for the try line. O'Sullivan keeps it going. Lemuelu on the left-hand side. Loses the ball in the tackle. Play on is the call. Tessie New. He goes to Bostock. Bostock will dive for the corner, and he got there. From one end to the other. Asako with the intercept on the rainbow ball that didn't work for the Warriors. It puts the Dolphins on the board.
Yeah, here's the pass here from Tamate Martin. It was wonderful positioning from that man there, Asako. What a season he is having. And as you mentioned, Warren, he could have just put the foot down. What happened in that play the ball, we'll have to go back and have a look. But Tessie New right there on the spot. And Bostock over on the left-hand side. Spectacular finish. At Suncorp Stadium, blocker.
Well, they just didn't retreat quick enough, did they, after the long-range break from Asako. The quick play the ball. Good play there by Tessie New. Gee, they were shallow and in and behind the ruck there. No defensive players. Gets the ball on the outside to Bostock.
Also got Edric Lee, hopefully available for them next year. Just the 1 game through injury this year, and now Asako, he bends it back.
And they are on the ropes here at the moment, the Warriors. They need to hang on here.
Just an update, fellas, on Harrison Graham. The club tells me his season's finished with that groin issue.
It's a shame for Harrison Graham. Ball tipped backwards here by Kenny Bromwich. Goes back to O'Sullivan, who's just outside the 10. Chance again to extend this scoreline. On the home side, Bromwich, Kenny that is, takes it down inside the 10. Jared Wallace coming into the field for the Dolphins. A change there made by Wayne Bennett in attack as Faray taking a power of stopping this afternoon. Eventually dragging him to ground. Katoa fires it to O'Sullivan. Here is Jared Wallace. Straight into the action. Again, taken to ground, still 5 metres out. Katoa feeding it for O'Sullivan. Takes them on himself. He threw a dummy. They fell for it. And Sean O'Sullivan, he scores to make it 10 points to 0. And it's his first try as a Dolphin.
It's the line. And what's been all the home side over the last 10 minutes, 75% of possession has gone in the way of the home side.
15 in from touch to make it 12 points to 0. Dolphins trying to break a 6-game losing streak here today. Kenny Bromwich, who was snapped in half there. Mitch Barnett underneath. And Bromwich gets up, touching the back of his head as well. Now Nikorima shows it. He goes straight through them. Katoa back on the inside. It's a race with Tamare Martin, who wraps him up just outside the 20. They're making breaks and scoring points, the Dolphins. O'Sullivan showing it again. Pops it over the top. Comes from SA to Kafusi. They'll keep it going to Tafare. Montoya was there to stop him. The hammer comes back to Jared Wallace from sideline to sideline and back again almost. And then Lemuelu chopped down there by Rocco Berry. O'Sullivan searching on the last. Wallace, he finds Katoa. What a ball by Jared Wallace. He's the world's biggest halfback.
He'll tell you too. Don't worry about that, Jared Wallace. He's had a terrific season for Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins. Ejection under enormous amounts of fatigue, as I mentioned. This shows it beautifully. Tamare Martin, also Walker. Nikorima just slicing through. They get up and play the ball, and they just couldn't regroup whatsoever here. O'Sullivan goes to short side. He comes back out in the open. Wallace back on the inside. No one closing the gate. Defensively under enormous amounts of pressure. Then the home side, they're off and running.
Yeah, he's just got that little bit of X factor, hasn't he, Wallace? Just something a little bit different about him, able to stand in tackles and offload the football. This time, it's before the line, some beautiful skill there. Back on the inside.
Standing vision. You see the space back on his left-hand side, and get the toe on the chest to pour him through it. Asako makes it 18 points to 0. He moved.
He'd love to see the young fella get a try.
LA playing it here. Comes across to Volkman. And bomb away towards Bostock again. Near the sideline, makes a comfortable catch. Brings it back to Tabuai-Fidow. That's a ragged chase line there by the Warriors. And they might pay a big price. Tabuai-Fidow still going. Takes them back onto the attack. That was an awful chase by the Warriors at the back end of this first half. Wallace, Nikorima, thought about going long. Now he does. Asako in a run to the corner. He grabs another one. In this marvellous season, in game 24, he scores his 24th try of 2023. And what a scoreline we have here at halftime.
Up the left-hand side of the field, and I just watched Jared Wallace. He's a footballer, this bloke. He knew exactly what to do. Get the ball out wide. Some beautiful footwork again from Nikorima. He's got spiders on him. Gets the ball on the outside to Asako, and he ends up scoring. There's Wallace there. He called the play. Look at the footwork. Nikorima, the offload. Curran comes across. Asako too quick. He goes in again.
Well, it began at the other end of the field. Bostock made a catch up against the sideline inside his 20. The chase was an awful one from the Warriors. They were all over the place. There was no straight line there by any stretch. Finish of a great half of football for the Dolphins. Asako can't convert his own try, but at half-time, it is all the home side at Suncorp Stadium. Taking on team number 3 on the NRL ladder. They lead them 22 points to 0.
They still have a stack of players that will be there next week, so really important for their confidence in this second half.
So Jermaine Asako gets us back underway. The catch made there, taken to a picky for the Warriors.
Shows what it means to him. Gets there first.
On the short drop out. Another good tap back by Ed Corsi. Berry is there, stopped by O'Sullivan.
I'd love to see him set up on the right post and have a shot inside, outside Nikorima, and also Valence Tafare. Looks to be their best option so far.
They do go left, and here is Walker. Crash ball this time. Stopped from close range. Kalani going. He's going nowhere in this situation. On top of the line, they'll dive in from dummy half. Nice work by Freddie Lussick. He grabs his first try as a Warrior.
And gets the old Fox interested in Jesse Bromwich. Tabuai-Fidow on the other side of the ruck, and he crosses for a really important try for his team.
Vlasic grabs the try. Pompey converts. It's 16 the difference at the 1 hour mark here at Suncorp Stadium. Rather a prize, wouldn't it?
Socks and jocks might be coming my way, but maybe not a grand final ticket.
You might be good. Here is Tuapiki.
Stand now.
They're playing for the Warriors inside the 10. Vlasic waiting here at dummy half. And they're charging hard from their own end.
Max, let up.
He went close to scoring. It'll be a tremendous moment in his first game in the NRL.
Here we go.
And now Curran's away. He's got Pompey on his outside. Comes to Tabuai-Fidow. The pass looks forward. It goes to Montoya in a race with the hammer. The Warriors have gone back to back. Here they come.
And the crowd, just have a listen to them. The Brewees here in Queensland, straight off the back of points. They have a look out the left-hand side. Walker's only been back on the field a matter of minutes. Tomato Martin finds Curran, who's been one of their best. He's off to the races, draws in the fullback. Tabuai-Fidow does a great job to reload and get back on, but Montoya is able to cross in what is 2 tries in a matter of minutes.
Well, don't you love it when they shift the ball in their own half there? It's the first time we've really seen the Warriors with a little bit of width. They get the try on the end of it, Montoya, but put it down to Curran. He was a man that just burst straight through.
Managed to stem the flow for the Dolphins over the past couple of possessions. Katoa from dummy half finds Kafusi. Good tackle. And Dylan Walker right around the leg. Jesse Bromwich. Trademark little hop and an offload for Platt. He puts the speed on. It was a good tackle made there by Tuapiki. It had to be as well. Chance on his left-hand side. O'Sullivan for Nikorima. Lemuelu is there. Taken the ground by Rocco Berry. Quick play the ball again. The speed of the Dolphins played the ball today has been impressive. Really made an effort. Bounce back to their feet. Keep the pressure going. Back midfield here. One more play. 10 metres out. It's Platt for O'Sullivan. I'll put it through the hands. Nikorima's showing it. Puts the brakes on. Comes back to the middle. Max Platt on the end of it. He dives in for his first try in the NRL. Nikorima searching for somebody. NRL career. The pass must have been flat. It didn't look so
flat
good.
at best. Flat at best here from Nikorima. He's been terrific. Goes through the defenders. At best, that's flat. Back to Max Platt coming through the middle. Just doing his job. A like his father, John Platt, for the Broncos in the 90s. Just able to cross under the sticks. And off the back of the penalty that we saw from Roach only moments ago, it was exactly what the Dolphins needed to regroup, regather.
Well, that's a good effort there from Max Platt. He was a man that got the ball off Jesse Bromwich.
Back-to-back tries to get themselves into the contest. Sarko took it over the black dots, adds to his personal tally in 2023. The Dolphins inside the final 2 begin just outside their own 10. Season that began quite incredibly. They opened some eyes, didn't they?
It's been a great story.
Round 1.
Yeah, it's been a great story for Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins coming into the competition. They've really made people in the rugby league world stand up. That's beautiful from Cody Nikorima.
So backwards there to Jermaine Asako. Felice Kafusi has been left on the ground behind the clay. Play on as comes through Platt, then Tabuai-Fidow. Wallace in the back line again. Of course, he comes in, can't wrap up Tessie. Tessie's away. He's got Kenny Bromwich there. He sets sail, and Kenny Bromwich runs away. That's how it finishes in 2023 for the Dolphins. An exclamation mark at the back end of their first season, their inaugural year. What a campaign they have had.
Yeah, it's a great finish to the game for the Dolphins. They come out to the left-hand side. Tessie New's been strong out the left edge, able to break a tackle, and then the acceleration back through the defenders to find Kenny, who was on a treadmill. Would have felt like an eternity to go there. Moved into the lock forward position. Such a wonderful ball play. Does a lot of the little things well in every game. Goes through as a decoy runner, makes himself available, has a look on the big screen.
He's done some good things in this game, hasn't he? Tessie New.
Yeah.
Great footwork. And as you said, from a crouch down start, he just took off. Well done there by Kenny Bromwich to support the player back on the inside. And away he went. And don't they enjoy it?
Brother Jesse.
Kick here to make it 2:44. The 2023, and a great personal season for him at one stage. He was playing in the Queensland Cup for the Tweed Seagulls. Wayne Bennett knew he was too good for that calibre.